Hey, good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday, actually. Happy Sunday, y'all. Good morning, good morning. I want to give y'all a little update and check in with y'all, see how y'all doing. Perhaps y'all are still sleeping in or um, um, on your way getting ready for church or whatever you're doing this Sunday. But I want to check in with you and see how y'all doing. How you taking care of yourself, and then let you know something that I've learned on my self-care journey. Um, Today is my last eat whatever I want day, and y'all, I cannot wait to get back to the healthy eating and fasting that I was doing because the girl woke up not feeling too well today. Like my body really is feeling it. Okay, I had I was excited when I first put this plan together, y'all. I was excited to get to the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday where I have my eat whatever I want days. But I was lost. To tell you the truth, I was lost. I was lost. My body was confused when I got there. I had such a great week. For those who don't know, the plan that I had that was very successful this week, this is the first time I've had a fasting plan that went so well that I couldn't wait to do it again. Um, I had fasted. I have fasted in the past, and it was more extreme. So I went through 7-day challenges where I'm like, I'm not going to eat pasta or bread or rice or sugar for 7 days, or I'm going to not eat any meat for 7 days, or I'm not going to eat any what was it? Or I'm just going to have salads. I did that. A salad, a 20-day. It was 21 days, but I saw an old video. 21-day uh, just eating salad challenge. Okay, and by the end of that challenge, I had lost 18 pounds. By the end of my 7-day challenges, I had a 7-day gym challenge to get up and take my behind to the gym for 7 days. So I have done these challenges, I've conquered them, and they got me here to a point where I now have a treadmill in my family room and a yoga mats, and I exercise more regularly. I have developed a new routine this earlier in this week, where I had a salad day where I just ate food from my garden and put it in a salad. It was very good and made my own dressing. And then Tuesday was the green tea and water fast. And then Wednesday was the juice fast where I made a juice from beets, red cabbage, kale from my garden, cucumber from the fridge, ginger, and pineapple and an apple. So I was drinking juice all day that day. And by the time Thursday came, I was feeling really good, and I noticed a lot of changes. Like my clothes fit looser. I was wearing jeans that I hadn't been comfortable in years. I was able to close a robe that I had not been able to close in years. Okay. I had lots of energy. I felt so good. And I was like, oh my gosh, this feels amazing. And for the first time, because I tried a 3-day water and green tea fast earlier this month twice, and I could not make it to the 4th day because I ended up with headaches, like migraines, and nausea, and fatigue, and just feeling really bad. So I ended up eating something. The first time I ended up just wilding out, eating food and chips and whatever was in the fridge in the kitchen. I mean, and the second time, and then I woke up like, and the second time it was a little better. So I decided to eat that night because I wasn't feeling well. But I had boiled eggs, oranges, a banana, and some tea. So your girl has been evolving, okay? And that was good enough. But this time I said, I'm going to design a fast where I'm not going to have the nausea and headaches. I'm going to pay attention and not exercise too hard because fasting, and I did that and ended up falling asleep on a yoga mat and just waking up later like, what in the world? Like, when did I go to sleep? So this time I just paid more attention to my body and what I needed. Okay. And also I took this opportunity to load up on nutrients. Like, I didn't want to just do a specific type of diet or lifestyle. I wanted to do all of it. I love the idea of juicing and raw foods, and I love raw foods and I love juicing. I love the idea of vegan and plant-based as well. I love that. But I didn't want to do just one. So I incorporated all of them. And by the end of that fast, I felt awesome. So the fourth day was vegan, plant-based. And I made a cashew, it's called a cashew cheese sauce, but and I've seen people use it to make macaroni and cheese and pasta, but I decided to just call it what it was because I love the idea of making a sauce with cashews and having that protein, and I've been wanting to incorporate more nuts into my diet. And I love natural foods, you know what I mean? Food from scratch. So I just called it a cashew sauce. And they had cashews, potatoes. I leave the skin on. I just scrub them real good and leave the skin on for an extra nutrition. And carrots, butternut squash, lemon juice, nutritional yeast. I think that's all, and some spices, and blend it all together. And y'all, when I poured it out, it really did look like a cheese sauce. But the important thing is, it didn't taste good. So I had to like put my own love on it so that it tastes, you know, and taste it, you know, instead of just using a recipe or something like that. And y'all, it was good. And I had used the air fryer, which I'm going to be using more often, to air fry some asparagus. And that was my lunch. I made a big plate of it and I couldn't even finish it. But it was delicious. And that was my vegan plant-based day. That, and I had some watermelon in the morning, like a whole watermelon. I cut it in half and I ate it with a spoon. And I had half in the morning and half in the afternoon. Very hydrating. Felt awesome the next day. Still felt amazing. So then I got to my Friday, which Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I initially called it my wild out days. But I changed it to eat whatever I want, because your girl did not wild out. Like I was just fronting, acting like that's what I was going to do. But I wasn't even hungry. You know, when I got to my vegan plant-based day, I was not even hungry, okay? Like the previous days, the fast that I did in the month. So I had pizza that day. I had watermelon and cantaloupe in the morning because that's really what I wanted. And I also wanted a salad, salmon salad, that I didn't get to. I promised, the girls said we get some pizza, so we got pizza. And then I had that, and it was good. It was good. But then I really didn't want anything else. I didn't eat the salad that Friday. Yesterday, I said I was going to eat the salad. I didn't have time. I was running around, and that's what I told myself. I did not make these foods a priority because I was eating whatever I want. Okay. Hello, it's Fox K. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just on my last day of eat whatever I want, sis, and I did not feel good when I woke up this morning. So the last couple of days, but it was planned this way, so it's not a big deal. I'm just noticing the effect. After having 3 days of fasting and juicing and a salad on Monday, and then just one day where I just drank green tea and water, I felt amazing. And I have been fasting on and off this, early this month. So my clothes are fitting looser. I feel amazing. I'm on my way to my goal of a size large instead of a size extra large, y'all. Okay. Right. So, but then my Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was eating things like stuff around the house that I hadn't eaten. I didn't want it a lot. I didn't eat a lot of it. But today, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, I don't feel good. I felt weak. I didn't feel well rested. I slept better before. I didn't feel well rested. Thank you, sis. 5K says great. Um, I didn't feel well rested. I felt weak. I felt a little stiff, which I have problem with my joints that I've been able to keep at bay for a long time through eating healthier and drinking teas with ginger in it and juices with ginger and turmeric in it. You know what I'm saying? So, but sometimes I still feel stiff, and I felt that coming on, and I'm like, yo, this eat whatever I want day is not doing what I needed to do. Like it was just a break where I didn't have to worry so much. But I realized this morning that I still need structure on those days because I was lost. What am I eating today? What do I want to eat? My body is like asking me, what do I want to eat? And then what am I allowed to eat today? So I realized that was the wrong mindset because I was lost. I didn't have a plan for what I was going to eat, and I ended up eating whatever was lying around, and I didn't eat based on what my body needed or even what I wanted to eat. I had thoughts about what I wanted to eat that was healthy, but from running here to there and doing things for the kids and working, a lot of times that just went to the wayside. The only thing I had the last couple of days that was good was the first day I really was craving fruit, and when I woke up in the morning, so I got a container of watermelon and also another container mixed with honeydew melon and cantaloupe, which, oh my gosh, when I was a kid, we ate that all the time. It was so good, and I got so full eating that. That was the first day, and then I had pizza. The second day, the only raw food I had was a couple of oranges, like 2, and an apple. And then I had a Italian cheeseburger. I had some cookies. You know what I'm saying? I had some leftover chicken soup. But nothing I was eating was making me feel like I've been feeling when I was eating healthier. And I had some milk, right? Wasn't really a big deal before, but the fact that I didn't have a lot of the nutrients in my day made, and that's all I had, means that's what I was running on when I woke up this morning, and I did not feel good, and I'm like dragging. Okay, so I decided this is a eat whatever I want day. I should be, and I'm saying I should be, not like should, but Sharita, if I really treated this like an eat whatever I want day, I make some salmon cakes, eggs, grits, you know what I mean? And then whatever was around, if we ate out or if I cooked, which I am going to cook today, the meal that we cooked. And I don't drink a lot of stuff from the store, but maybe some tea that we made, the sorrel tea, you know what I'm saying, like that. And maybe their chips. My husband didn't buy chips this time. He usually buys a big bag of chips. I don't be buying that stuff, okay? The chips, the cookies, all that stuff, your girl really don't be buying it. That'd be my husband, okay? And then when he bring it in the house, the girl's like, yay, and I end up eating it too, and I have a weakness for chips, right? So all that is what I would have eaten. And then anything raw, anything very healthy is like an afterthought, right? So I decided today, the way I'm going to do my day today, and the way that I'm going to do my eat whatever I want days next week, is to incorporate the healthy foods into my day first to get the nutrients I need, and then later on eat whatever I want. I don't expect to be eating a lot of foods that's really not healthy, or I don't really expect to be doing that, because the first day off of my 4 days, for 3 days of fasting and 1 vegan plant-based day, I really was not like, oh my gosh, and now I get to eat whatever. I really did not feel like, and that's the first time that I've had that experience. So I feel like I really gave myself a lot of nutrients, what my body wanted and needed, and it calmed down the cravings for the other stuff in the first 4 days of this week. Um, so now, yesterday, that started to wear off. You understand what I'm saying? So in order to prevent it from wearing off, and in order still um, to still feel good and still feel energized, I'm going to start my day with what I've learned so far. I'm going to go to the store right now and I'm going to get fruit, but have a big fruit breakfast. And then I'm going to get a piece of salmon, and I'm not going to get distracted today. I'm going to throw it in the air fryer because I'm learning how to use the air fryer. I'm a cook on the stove type of girl. All right, everything on the stove. And even the kids look at me like, what? There's a microwave. Like, why are you warming that up on the stove? I'm very old school. I will warm stuff on the stove and in the oven in a minute because I feel like that's really cooking it. All right, but I'm like, I'm going to learn how to use the air fryer because it's quick and it's easy. And because I work so much, balancing being a wife, mother, and also my students, their parents, my clients, the tutoring coaching program, I need to make quick, healthy meals a priority for myself to stop playing for real. You know what I'm saying, Fox K? It's been a long time. I just should have been did this. And let me know how you feel about incorporating food into your schedule when you are cooking for your family. Like having separately, just this is what I need for myself to eat today. This is what I'm taking care of everybody else, but this is what I need. Like having a little section just for you. That's what I'm going to have to do. And this is the first time I'm going to be doing this and make it a regular routine. So let me know how y'all feel about that. So I'm going to have a big fruit for breakfast. It's watermelon now. It's my favorite, but in the future it might be a bunch of apples or a whole bunch of oranges or a whole bunch of pears or a whole bunch of peaches. You know what I mean? Today I'm also feeling like eating a whole cucumber. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And both the watermelon and the cucumber, a lot of water in it, so it's gonna be very hydrating, and I know I'm going to love it, and my kids love it too. And that's the benefit to. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna get back to what I'm gonna do today, as far as eating. That's the benefit of your self-care being a priority, is that you become a self-care leader. Now, for moms out there and I'm learning this from experience, moms out there who feel guilty about making their own self-care a priority and feeling like they should be on the back burner and they should take care of everything their kids need first, it really works better the other way. I'm telling you from experience. Here's the first way. You want your kids to eat healthy. So you're always trying to get them to eat and eat their food and eat healthy and everything. And then they're like being picky. They don't really want it. They want cookies instead. Because my husband be bringing cookies in. They want cookies instead. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to finish, the healthy food, but they want cookies, And my rule is, like, if you're full, you're full. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me you're full and then try to eat a bunch of cookies. So the only way eating a bunch of cookies is if you finish that food. That's how I do things, okay? And this is how I make sure that my kids, especially my youngest daughter who just turned 6, does not eat a quarter of her diet be food that is healthy and home cooked, and then the rest of it is junk. That's the only way I can do it, okay? She could fill up on the healthier foods and then she could have a little of the other stuff. All right. So that's what life is like when you're putting your children's nutrition first. And then, at the same time, you're not really eating healthy. You're maybe nibbling on whatever you cook for them, or you just can't wait for a time to sit down after fussing with them about cooking and working so hard for the family. Now you want to sit down and rest and be able to eat. That's really, and then your health is not, that good, and nobody's really eating that good. But if you put it the other way, turn it the other way, whereas you make a big salad for yourself and throw all kind of good stuff in it and fresh stuff from the garden in it, you know what I mean, and fruit and everything, then the family comes around and they're looking like, what you got going on? Because you know, as moms, whatever we eat, the kids want to eat too. And my husband too. If I try to tell him, you should do this and you should do this, he's like, no, 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 no. But if I'm doing stuff myself, he'd be peeking at it like, let me get some of that. Right? So you become a self-care leader, and your family will eat healthier because this is now a regular routine. It's not something you're trying to force on them or get them to do. This is something that you do anyway. And it's always something new to taste. You know what I mean? And always something new. So my kids, ever since I was younger, I would be cooking food. And then if I'm chopping celery, if I'm chopping carrots, if I'm peppers, bell peppers, if I'm making a salad, anything I'm making a salad, I'm munching on it and at the same time, okay? And then they're around wanting to munch on it. So now it's a regular thing where if I'm slicing anything, here come Jazzy, here come Maya, okay? They want to eat celery. I'm end up here making a plate or just handing it to them. I can't finish cutting a green pepper to make spaghetti because they coming and taking it off the cutting board. Or if I'm slicing the multicolored, the red bell peppers, the orange bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, same thing. Cucumbers, same thing. Tomatoes, they can't even make it from out of the garden because they're eating them off the plant, like, you know, to get into a salad. And now my oldest daughter, if she's cooking, does the same thing. She's munching on it and she comes in the living room. Here you go, Maya. Maya's like, oh, thanks, you know. So that all came from me just doing it myself. My oldest daughter loves salads too, and she got that from me. You know what I mean? And she makes salads because she see me do it. My youngest daughter used to turn her nose up, right? But if you bring lettuce from out of the backyard, she is grabbing it and eating it, okay? Or kale, or she want to taste everything in the backyard. So self-care, that all started for self-care. I didn't start that garden for my family. I started that garden for a hobby for myself, something I always wanted to do. And also I started the garden because I want to eat more foods that are homegrown, not from the store. And then I know it's organic because I use kitchen scraps and I make soil. So I wanted to eat food that I make myself with the highest nutrients in it that I can get. And I just couldn't get that from the store because I don't know where this came from, how long it's been sitting here and all this other stuff, right? But now it's something that benefits my entire family. The girls are out there with me, loving to be in the soil, especially my youngest one. Every time if I go outside and she hear that door close, next thing you know, she's out there. Her shoes are off. She's doing cartwheels in the grass. She's helping me plant stuff. She's excited when she sees something growing. She's want to plant seeds, you know, helping me make compost. You know what I'm saying? My daughter helped me design everything, move everything. So now it's like on the border, and she likes to cut the hedges around, or whatever that's called, right? So being a self-care leader is so important for your family. If you want to be healthier and you want to exercise more, if you want to, you know, do it for yourself and let everybody see you. And eat it for yourself and let everyone see you, and they will follow. This is my personal experience, y'all. Okay? So, that being said, this has brought me to this point. And if you don't have a garden, you can start growing anything. You can start with just greens and herbs, you know what I mean? My goal this year, I got tons of stuff growing in the backyard. I've got cucumbers and sugar snap peas and tons of tomato plants growing back there. Some grew. I had 13 tomato plants that grew in like a clump like this in one of my totes because a cherry tomato busted and the seeds germinated. And my husband bought me a green stalk planter, and I planted in the green stalk planter, I was able to save 11 of them. And now they're growing. All but one's growing into beautiful tomato plants, okay? We got that. We got eggplants, 2 different kind of eggplants. We got pumpkin we growing for the first time. We got tons of watermelon seedlings that need to be repotted. Sugar baby watermelon. We got tons of herbs. We got tons of kale. You know, I'm growing sweet potatoes for the first time. Some of these things I'm growing for the first time. Red onion for the first time. So all of this stuff is growing in the backyard. But I started with just a couple of things, and in the house with a grow light. So whatever you can grow, get grown, because when you take something off the plant and rinse it and put it in your mouth, and sometimes we even rinse it, we like, hey, kissed by the sun and the rain. You know what I mean? Pick a cherry tomato, throw it in our mouths, okay? Right? So if you grow something yourself and you eat it right off the plant, it's still alive. That's a big thing. It has so much life in it and so much nutrients. That's the best point at which to eat it. And your body will feel it, okay? So start with growing anything, right? Something. And then, you know, you'll figure out your journey from there. But last time when I did the 20-day challenge where I just had salads for 20 days, I didn't have anything from the garden when I did that. And that was 3 years ago. And I had great results, okay? All right? So whatever you can do, you know what I mean? Get started. So now I'm going to tell you what my plan is today, and then you're going to see my struggle, okay? All right? So I'm going to, like I said, get some watermelon. I'm gonna eat cucumber also because I'm craving hydration right now, but from foods, not from water. And then I'm going to put a salmon in the air fryer, and I'm gonna make a garden. I have some arugula I bought from the store, but I'm gonna get whatever I got back, whatever greens, whatever herbs I want to throw in there, tomatoes. If there's another cucumber ready, I'll throw that in there, and then I will eat that for lunch. And then I'm going to make a juice, another beet juice. Beets are so good beets and beet juice will lower your blood pressure. If you have a problem with blood pressure and you want to lower your blood pressure, it's not just me saying it. It's also, like, research it. And beets will lower your blood pressure, okay? So I'm going to make another beet juice. I still have red cabbage in there. I still have beets. You know what I'm saying? I just got to get some pineapple. I still have ginger. I have a lot of ingredients already. I'm going to have that. And then I'm going to have whatever I want. And that's what a question mark is. I still don't know what that is. I still don't know what that is. So next week, Fox Chaos still a mess. Miss Fox, it's been a while. Hope you're doing good. The family is doing good. I know you are a hardworking mom, spinning a lot of plates. You know what I mean? I know you feel me. So I have to make a plan for today. What am I actually cooking today as a meal for everybody? Then I'll have that. But since I made nutrients a priority, that's what I'm getting at. On my days where I eat whatever I want, I'm going to make nutrients a priority. And I'm going to do that first as a routine. And then I'm going to have the eat whatever I want time. But I'm going to do that first. That's going to be a priority, okay? So I will have my day of fasting, my day of salad, my day of juice, my plant-based day. I'm trying to establish a routine, y'all. I'm trying to establish a routine. I'm going to master that cheese sauce too. That cashew sauce, and add herbs from my garden, and chop up some onions and bell peppers to throw that in there. You know what I mean? And make it a little spicy. I got some spicy peppers growing in the green tower. I forgot. The green tower is full of tomato plants and different kind of peppers, okay? Some that I'm growing for the first time. So I'm going to do that. I'm excited about spicing it up now that I know how to make the basic recipe, so it could be like amazing, over the top good. That's what I'm looking forward to this Thursday, okay? So I'm doing this as a routine, so I don't have to think about what am I eating, and I have more discipline, not because I'm like saying I'm not allowed to eat this, I'm not allowed to eat that, but it's more like, what does my body need today? What do I want to focus on today? I want to focus on salad. I want to focus on salads from the garden, like fresh picked, high nutrients on this day. Because after you have days where you eat anything, to go the next day and just not eat anything or just water and stuff, that is like a little bit of a struggle for me. Okay. But I still want my body to digest food and eliminate toxins and everything. So that's going to be Monday. Tuesday is going to be okay. I had that great big nutrient boost from the garden yesterday. Today my body is going to relax and then just digest food, and it's going to be green tea and water. No honey, green tea and water. Even though honey, I love honey with that. And my green tea had ginger in it, apple cider vinegar in it, some cinnamon sticks in it, right? Some raisins that I thought was sweetening, but they ain't do nothing. So I don't think I need the raisins, because warming it up, drinking that spicy tea with the ginger makes it feel like kind of spicy. It's fine. It's fine, okay? And then Wednesday, the juicing day. Thursday, the plant-based vegan day. Friday is fruit, and the vegan plant-based day is fruit in the morning first. So I'm going to incorporate a salad on the vegan plant-based day. Fruit in the morning, salad, and then my vegan meal. And then on Friday, I'm going to do fruit in the morning, salad, juice, like it's a snack, because I'm still working, you know what I mean? Because I work like all day on Friday. And then whatever the meal is on Friday. I'm going to do the same thing on Saturday, same thing on Sunday. I'm going to exercise all week, and then I'm going to let y'all know how it went down, baby. How it went down. Was I lost? I'm going to plan out the meals, actually. I should say that. I'm going to plan out what I'm going to cook earlier in the week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday is usually my no cooking day. My husband just takes over because my work day is crazy on Saturday. So that's my no cooking day. But I'm still going to have my salmon salad. All right. So I'm going to plan ahead what I'm going to eat on those 3 days. And then have the nutrients earlier in the day. And I'm going to let y'all know how I end up at the end of the week. I feel like it's going to be way more successful. I'm not going to wake up weak and tired and stiff and uncomfortable and just dragging along. I'm going to wake up excited, and then I'll start my day, my fasting situation again. So that is the plan. Can't wait to get started. Now I'm going to finish writing. I always write when I wake up in the morning. By the way, y'all, we're creating a self-care journal. We're in the process of creating a self-care journal because I got this from Target, and it has been a game changer. You know how I'm always talking to y'all about self-care, and I've been on a self-care journey myself for years, honey. It was very difficult for me to do it. I'm much better now, as you can see. So when I walked past this in Target, I was like, oh snap, I need this in my life. And when I tell you, honey, I wrote this book until the pages just, you know what I'm saying? I wrote every day, not every day. At first, I would miss a couple of days, but I would go back to it. And that's life. That's life. You know what I mean? It's not so much, consistency is not about getting it perfect every single time. Consistency is about keeping it a priority, getting back on it if you fall off, and then continuing. And then if you fall off or you miss a couple of days, grab it again, get back to it. That's what I did, and I ended up finishing the whole book. I'm even writing on this part. This not even where you're supposed to write, and I wrote on this for my last little. I got everything I could wanted out of this book. So we're creating one. We're in the middle of creating one. I'll let you know when we finish it and when it'll be on sale on Amazon. But I'm just gonna tell you a couple of things, and it was awesome. And I did this. This one says sit next to a body of water and listen. I did this. I drove to the park. I just sat there next to the lake and just chilled out, no devices, nothing. And it was an amazing experience. And sometimes I went for walks in the park that's in here too. And I stood and looked down and saw geese swimming by. And I saw who the leader was and who was telling everybody where to go. And I saw them get out of the water. And I saw them go over there and the leader lead them to a place where they was eating. Like, I saw their life happening. Like, I was that nosy, but it was that calming that I drowned out everything from the day and all the noise in the cars from, if I walk up to the street area and everything I had to do for the day and everything. And I just connected with them so much that they started walking around me chilling. They were just around me eating and hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to them, Somebody walked past, they probably was like, what in the world? Like, just one of the geese, he didn't come with the rest of them. He was still hanging out looking at me. And everybody else left. And I'm like, what you doing? Everybody leaving you. I'm like really talking to them. I'm like, what you waiting for? Christmas? My students and my kids love when I say that. So especially the little ones, they be cracking up. I'm like, what you waiting for? Christmas? And he was just hanging out. Everybody left. And then I walked over to where they were eating. Everybody's eating. And then he came finally out the water. I'm like, oh, now you decide to show up. Come on over here and get some breakfast. I'm really talking to them like that in a park. People walking past, seeing me. But yeah, that's how good I felt and how connected I was. And I also saw turtles swimming. And then they swam up. And they all gathered while I was looking down. I wasn't throwing food. I don't know if they thought I would be throwing food. But, I don't believe in that. Just taking stuff from outside and throwing stuff in there for the animals to eat. I feel like they, have a diet, and they know how to get their own food. So, yeah, it was great. Listen to your favorite song. I love music. Moisturize. My moisturization routine is on point, y'all. I made an oil recently with coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, and then it's also got eucalyptus essential oils in it. These essential oils in it: eucalyptus, lavender, peppermint, thyme, all in there. I scrub it on my scalp. Okay, I've been doing that, and it's been very good for my scalp health. I rub it on my ends, and I rub it on my feet. I rub it on my nails, and rub it on my feet before bed. And honey, awesome. Feels good. Then in the morning, I do the same thing after I take my shower. And it's been a game changer. And my hair too. I'm going to tell you about my hair journey another time. All right. And this one is go for a run. Yep. I did that. Try new food. Now, y'all know I'm always down for that. Y'all know I'm always down to try new food. Okay. Go on a photography walk. I take tons of pictures while I was walking. Ask for help. Any moms out there have a hard time with this? Asking for help. Spinning all your plates. Miss Fox came. Doing everything and having trouble delegating. And then being overwhelmed and falling out. Alright? So that's in here. Doodle a little dog. I didn't do that. I don't even think I saw this. Shake it off. You know what I'm saying? Little tip. So, learn something new. Put on a record. This must be from back in the day. Anybody put on no records. But I'm telling you, I prayed, and I wrote, and I prayed while I was writing, and I wrote while I was praying, and I wrote about what I accomplished, what I did for myself, because the question every day is, what did you do to take care of yourself? Oh, y'all. If you in Target and you see this, or if you can get this on Amazon, get it. This has been so good. This is something I ask my moms in my program all the time. I always ask, what are you doing for self-care, right? When they first start and then through, I always check on them, okay? Because if you're raising kids and you're trying to improve their behavior, learning, focus, this is essential. You won't be able to do it unless you got this going on, okay? But this was me having somebody ask me in this book. So I ran out of this book and I started writing in the notebook. So I had to get another one. So I wrote this morning. Now I'm ready to go to the store and get my stuff. I'm gonna come back and exercise after I had my nutrients and I'm not feeling so weak. I'm gonna exercise, and that's the other thing. My oldest daughter, she likes the treadmill. My youngest daughter, I let her dabble a little bit, but she kind of get crazy, try to go fast, start running. You ain't busting up your chin on this watch, okay? On my watch. But our yoga mats, mine is down here, and Maya likes to do yoga with me, and then she brought her yoga mat down, so she'll probably do yoga with me, and then start my day and make sure I get my salad in today, and make sure I make my juice today, and then figure out what we're doing. I'll think about it while I'm out. What I'm going to make for dinner today. All right. Love y'all so much. Just giving you a checkup. Just checking in, and let you know how this is going. And I hope that y'all are doing well, as well, and making your own self-care a priority. Write down today, if you haven't done this already, write down 10 things you've been wanting to do for yourself that you have been putting on the back burner, or you're thinking I'll do it later, or I don't have the time. I got to take care of the kids first. You know what I mean? Or a voice inside you that you don't even hear, but it's saying this: I don't deserve it. That's a big one. And you might not think that that's what you're saying to yourself, but if you neglect yourself constantly and you keep putting yourself on the back burner for no apparent reason, and you convince yourself that you're supposed to be there, and everything else is supposed to come first, then you're really saying, I don't deserve to put myself on the front burner and make my own self-care and health and happiness a priority. And I feel like if I do that, then the people around me that I love are going to suffer. And it's a lie. It's a lie that I used to tell myself, and it's a lie. If that's what you feel and what you're doing, it's a lie that you're telling yourself. That is not true. There is a situation where you can take wonderful care of yourself, and everybody around you will benefit, and they will even become better at taking good care of themselves too. There is a situation that you can create that will be just that. And you know what? That's how it's supposed to be. All right, y'all. So let's go on this self-care journey together and get the lies out that we've been brainwashed by ourselves, by the outside world, and re-brainwash ourselves to be self-care champions, self-care leaders for our families. And that's self-love. All right. So today's the day to get started. All right, love y'all. I'm about to run to the store. Believe in yourself, believe in your child, honey. And always remember that growth is unlimited. And Sharita loves you. All right? Thank you so much, Miss Fox, for hanging with me today. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And I'll see you probably tomorrow. All right?